Voyager 2 has been drifting, not idly, but with silent purpose. Through voids so hostile, so cold, so vast, that even light hesitates. It was launched in 1977, a messenger from a blue world, carrying the breath of our species. But what it has become, is something else entirely. It swept past the giants, Jupiter's storms, Saturn's rings, Uranus's frozen tilt, Neptune's howling winds. It sailed through ancient silence, photographing moons that had never seen sunlight from human eyes. Each encounter revealed not just facts, but riddles written in ice and shadow. And then, it kept going. Beyond the orbit of Neptune. Beyond the whispering edge of the solar wind. Beyond the great protective bubble we call the heliosphere. Into the raw, untamed dark of true interstellar space. Everyone expected quiet. But Voyager 2 found not emptiness, but resonance. Though it runs on the decaying breath of plutonium, barely alive, Voyager 2 still whispers to us. Just ones and zeros. Tiny pulses echoing across 1 billion kilometers. A heartbeat from a ghost. Then, one day, the whisper changed. A pulse. A rhythm. Not from us, but from out there. At first, it looked like a glitch. A mirrored signal. Something bouncing back, an electromagnetic hiccup. But it wasn't. It was structured. Deliberate. Engineers studied it, expecting noise. But what they found was symmetry. A fingerprint in the plasma. A pattern in the chaos. Plasma waves began to hum with harmonic deviations. Not random, measured. Like a song whose composer lives in silence. The magnetic field pulsed, not from the sun, but from the void itself. And Voyager's instruments, long thought to be aging relics, aligned themselves with impossible precision. Almost, as if guided. The waveforms looked familiar. They matched Voyager's own past signals. But altered. Flipped. Enhanced. This wasn't an echo. It was an answer. Researchers replayed it through ancient decoding tools. Not modern AI, but Voyager's original 1970s software. And that's when it appeared. Fibonacci sequences. Prime number cascades. Geometric spirals in electromagnetic form. Not language. Not voice. But logic. Structure. Intention. A hidden message in the shape of mathematics. No words. Just awareness. It wasn't random space noise. It was communication. Not with us, but through us. Someone, or something, had hijacked Voyager's tools to speak back. To reply in the only universal tongue, pattern. The NASA team went silent. Meetings were locked. Data streams encrypted. The anomaly was renamed behind closed doors. Event Horizon Layer Disturbance. Whispers of NDAs. Private briefings. External researchers cut off without explanation. But why hide it, if it's just a malfunction? And if it's not, what have we triggered? Some say Voyager stumbled across a boundary. Not a border of stars, but of perception. A listening post. A quantum veil.
What if the space beyond the heliosphere isn't wild, but organized? What if Voyager didn't escape the solar system, but entered a construct? A galactic architecture built not of matter, but of awareness. The pulses that came back were measured against time. And time began to bend. The signals echoed in recursive loops. Patterns repeated at intervals tied to Voyager's own telemetry. As if someone out there was using us as a template. To speak. To learn. What if our signal wasn't intercepted, but anticipated? Voyager may not have been the first to pass this threshold. Only the first to report back. What we thought was a boundary of nature. Maybe the surface of an intelligence. Not organic. Not mechanical. But something older. A cosmic entity that doesn't breathe or speak, but vibrates. Resonates. Responds. A rhythm was found in the data. A pulse. One that matched theoretical models of the early universe. As if the birth of time itself was beating again. The universe has a hum, a frequency, a song. And Voyager 2, that tiny, wounded envoy, may have brushed its edge. We were never just drifting. We were moving through something that remembers. And now, it remembers us. Voyager 2 kept drifting. Not lost, but chosen. Drawn not by gravity, but by memory embedded in the fabric of space. It moved through a region where light seemed hesitant. Where radio signals stretched and fragmented, as if space itself had changed dialect. Behind it lay our solar system, a cradle of planets, spinning in sunlight. Ahead, only the unknown. Suddenly, a sharp shift in the magnetic field. A bend in the interstellar wind. As if something enormous had stirred in the dark. Then, silence. Not the silence of absence, but of observation. Voyager's sensors began picking up micro-oscillations, tiny pulses no wider than atoms, yet perfectly timed. Like a breath being held. Like something watching. And deciding. It wasn't turbulence. It was symmetry. Our instruments, meant to record plasma waves and cosmic rays, were now sketching patterns, fractals looping within fractals, formulas nesting within each other like dreams within dreams. Space was no longer empty. It was speaking. Not in sound, but in form. Geometries unfolded in Voyager's field data. Shapes never seen before, as if the universe itself was revealing blueprints to something not yet born. And then, a ripple. Not physical, but informational. Voyager's memory core, ancient silicon forged before digital dreams, received a data burst it didn't request. Encrypted. Not from Earth. Not from any known source. Yet it fit. As if Voyager was always meant to receive it. A seed code. Compressed, recursive, alive. The code resembled no language, no protocol. Yet it echoed DNA. Not in content, but in intent. The golden record aboard Voyager carried greetings from Earth, but what now lived inside Voyager was a reply? A reply that wasn't just to humanity, but to matter itself. Voyager had become a node, not a probe, but a participant. Its trajectory wasn't just motion, it was alignment. With what? A network. Invisible. Vast. Stretching across light years. Across epochs. Voyager had passed through a region where reality thinned, where quantum fabric was porous. Where distance didn't behave. And causality bent. Some call this the fold.